Hello, and welcome to another tale of Middenheim City. This one will be, well, we'll see exactly what the tales bring us this time, because we have one that could go in several different directions according to exactly how the individual PC responds. Fortunately, we have our most reliable players. Hello!
Hello!
Looking forward to this one. Let's just dive in. There is a small part of Gerhardt of House Jungfreud, the man who often pretends his first name isn't actually Sigismund, because it is. He just goes by his third name, Gerhardt.
What?
We discussed this about a year ago.
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
Wow, that's just completely gone.
Yeah, everyone in the family's name is Sigismund.
Okay.
There's a small part of him that pretty much expected this. There's a small part of him which is growing by the second that didn't come out right. But nevertheless, that very much expected the pin. That claw. And interestingly, within Middenheim, as he knows, a title. He has gained a title.
Oh.
The Hero of Middenheim.
Oh, okay, so it's
legit. A quite literal title. When he is introduced in Middenheim's court, he will now forever onwards be the Hero of Middenheim.
Good to know.
Appended at the end of whatever particular title he should have. Indeed, as it currently stands, that's Doctor Gerhardt of House Jungfreud.
Yeah. And then Hero of Middenheim on the end.
Hero of Middenheim.
Oh, lovely. This is very nice. Yeah.
And that is not only a recognised Middenheim title, it's a recognised imperial title.
Oh.
Which means that should he be introduced in the court of, say, Altdorf, absolutely to be appended. You'll find that there's lots of regional titles, some of which are recognised by some courts, others of which are very much, yeah, sure, you've got that title back home. We'll say it here, sure, but it means nothing.
Yeah.
This is a legitimate title. During the reign of Magnus, many titles which had been localised because of the individual, let's say, splits in the empire, got recognised by a long writ where Magnus went, yes, yes, no, no, yes, 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 no, 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 yes, yes. Hero of Middenheim is one of the ones that was recognised by Magnus the Pious.
Brilliant.
And as he sits there before Boris Tallbringer, under his own name, getting pinned with that claw, everything is as it should be. At least a small part of him thinks of that, perhaps. A swelling part thinks of that. That really comes out wrong every time I say it.
It's just the pride. It's the chest.
Exactly.
That's the tattoo doing its thing. That's all, Andy. I just don't know what you would possibly be referring to otherwise.
Quite. The next half an hour is a bundle of activity. He is separated off. The court officials, in particular the Chamberlain, have things that they want to discuss with him. The entire court of Middenheim, which had been summoned this morning, because just a few hours earlier you were on vigil. You had a quick nap, you came back out, you got pinned.
Yeah, felt a bit sick.
And your new claw, wolf claw, gone right over where that pain is, still sitting on your chest. And he finds himself walking through the palace halls, being escorted by the Chamberlain. A somewhat pointy-nosed man with a balding head, being escorted by a single Knight's Panther at the back. We're seeing you to your chambers, my lord.
Right, very good.
As you've been appointed chambers as a Hero of Middenheim.
Superb.
Chambers.
Yes.
11 rooms.
Oh.
In the Midden Palats. Okay.
Nice. Good stuff.
11 rooms to yourself. That's obviously not expected. The most rooms you've ever had in your life have been 3. And that included one of those going for servants at the back. This is literally royal in terms of what you have been given.
Mm.
Wow. Okay. So apparently saving the life of an electric count
As
does
perks.
pay some dividends. This is so unlike Bergenhafen.
Yes.
In fact, completely unlike Bergenhafen. There's a small part of you, perhaps diminishing, feeling that is it all going to be called out as a big joke? As he gets left to dine in his own set of chambers in a solarium, as the staff that have been appointed to him, the palace staff, of which it turns out there are 8, file in with the small head of staff for these chambers, which are normally put aside for ambassadors when they're visiting, introduces themselves as you have morning tea. You're not entirely sure how you got here. You're not entirely sure where everyone else is. You're not entirely sure exactly what's happened. It's been a bit of a roller coaster and been a bit of a push and a shove. You saw Birdie go off somewhere. You saw someone else go somewhere else. They're all doing something, but do they all have their own rooms? Where's your stuff? Where's your doctor's stuff? Where's your stuff? And over the course of the next half hour, as you have food, as you have drink, as you speak to your servants, they get an opportunity to scurry off and collect your stuff through a mixture of quick run across to the Grafplatz and over towards the Dieter Schmiedhammer's place. And asking in turn, where is everyone else? They're being shown to their quarters.
Right, excellent. Okay. I have a question. Andy.
Yes, what's your question?
You know, there's a certain individual who is meant to be not alive currently.
Yes.
He'd like this.
I mean, he would.
Right?
He might get himself killed if he
I
comes
can't
to
remember how bad it is if the Topbringers find out that he's...
Very.
Okay, right,
Yeah.
fine. Oh, that's a shame.
That's why he's hiding.
I will ask the servants to send a very good bottle of...
Something that won't get drunk by Dieter Schmiedhammer?
Yeah, I've just realised that Dieter's there, which is a bit of a problem.
Send it to his house?
Yeah.
This is the best day.
Shit. Yeah, that's the only way it's going to get there as well.
It really is, isn't it?
Give it to... I can describe him.
Yeah, you could also say to my mutual friend, you could write down, give this to our mutual friend, Gerhardt.
Lucas.
Yeah.
That's not a second name.
That's not bad. It's not a bad name.
I'd like to send Lucas a little well done,
Nice.
we did well, victory wine gift basket.
So while you're having your new people deal with the gift basket, and you now know that everyone else is being shown to their rooms and everyone's pretty knackered, they're tired. It was a long night. Far too little sleep before you got your presentation. Is there anything that he feels that he needs to organize first?
Right. So first things first, let's have a little gander at this tattoo. The marking. I don't necessarily know it's a tattoo. It's probably more of a mark, right?
The staff have to run off to fetch you a mirror because there's no large ones. They end up coming back with a polished mirror.
Good, excellent.
With a lovely golden sheen, absolutely perfect reflection. And they're quite happy to peeve off if you want to go do this in private as you move over towards your bedroom, open it up, and okay, so what we've got is a wolf holding a hammer.
Wolf and hammer.
Sitting there on your chest.
Okay.
That's
and
definitely
then
a look.
Let's do a quick heraldry test just to see if that kind of brings anything up, if possible. Oh, well, it would be 9 successes. But
you don't need to say that. You can just tell me the successes you actually have.
Yeah, I know, but I like it. I like the fact that it's that. Heraldry. So I've got 2 advances and I'm on 111. So is that 3 successes?
3,
yeah, 3 overall.
Sweet. So this is a symbol. 3 successes, pretty decent. This is a symbol that is often used with the older lines of the Drakvalder lines. Now, that might mean nothing to Ed, but it means quite a bit to Gerhardt. Drakvald is a lost province. Almost, about 1,300 years ago? Absolutely annihilated by plague and horror.
Is that the never eat shredded wheat. The westerly side of the continent.
That is indeed over towards the west.
Towards
And
Grey
modern
Mountains.
Middenland, okay, is made up of
Yeah.
Drakvald and Old Middenland.
Yeah.
So half of Middenland used to be Drakvald.
And that is also where... Is it vampire?
It is not.
Okay.
Okay,
That's something else.
But yeah, many symbols of dragons, but also many symbols of wolves, and particular with the bridge between north and south, wolves holding hammers. So
okay.
a rampant wolf doing that was not uncommon.
Yeah.
However, with 3 successes, I'll provide one extra piece of information as well. That's that it was often put in some old heraldic device books and written in as the under the title of Unifier.
Ooh.
And the wolf rampant holding onto a hammer was referred to a heraldic device as Unifier. Now, with research, you might learn more, but that's definitely something to look at and go, no, I recognize this as a kind of device. You studied this sort of thing when you were younger.
Well, I now know what to look for.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Who looks to, from my new cadre of servants, I presume that there is one that will look more bookish?
No, not really.
Right.
A mixture of young men who are there to be your footmen and your valets.
Okay.
But none of them look particularly bookish or indeed on the older side. They're all young.
Okay.
Every single last one of them.
Any of you been to university? Any of you read? No? No one? Oh dear. All right. That's annoying. Fine. Well, you're useless.
Blunt and harsh as normal.
Well, Boris is rubbing off.
They're used to it.
Yeah. All right. If that's not helpful, then is there 11 rooms? You've got to have some bookshelves and libraries in here, right?
No.
What
But
the
they
fuck?
do have a small office with a writing desk.
Right. Okay.
That is one of the rooms. It's got a small window that looks down over into your on the first floor. So you're looking down into a part of the gardens. There's a little wolf statue on the outside that you can see from the office, sitting in a small little corner.
Well, let's if that's the case, and there's a little writing desk. Boris mentioned that we could make contact with my father, so let's get that done, shall we?
Okay, compose writing.
Yes, let's make a big list of all the things I've done.
Catch up, Dad.
I've been away, Father. Things have happened. It's good again. 9 successes.
Except it's not.
But it's an advanced skill, so it's actually just 2 because I'm a...
Yeah, that's a pretty decent letter.
101.
He spent a good hour messing around with the wording, then rewriting it all back out to make it look like he'd written it for the first time.
Yeah.
Definitely. Look at that. I'll make one bit of my letter a little bit squint to make it look like, I do make mistakes.
I'm just trying to think of anything that I need to omit.
Oh, there's probably quite a lot you want to omit.
I
mean, the overall story is arrived in Middenheim, stopped cult.
Yeah.
Found leader is bad guy.
Smashed out Kemperbad. Did that, by the way. That was good. Made the Trot Alliance better, realistically, because that was a little joint venture from the both of us. What else has gone on? Marriage.
Yep.
So I should probably talk about that.
You've already sent one letter off to the family, so he probably knows.
Have I?
Yes, to your grandmother to ensure that she didn't marry you off to someone else without telling you.
That's good.
Assuming that arrived.
Yeah. So let's do that again and just clarify that's
that you've not been married in absentium.
That
would be a bit galling.
Really laying down a specific date. This is when we agreed it, so nothing else can happen. All right.
Yeah.
Those pieces, I might just say that Leopold's all right. He's doing okay. I've yet to tell him that the whole Sigmar's heir part of stuff.
What part of stuff?
You know that the young Freuds believe that ultimately we are from the line of Sigmar, and and that's Sigmar reborn and all that kind of thing. And I think he's doing that more just from a processing piece, because that's a bit weird.
So what exactly is he thinking of
I don't know.
including? I mean, it's standard knowledge in your family that you're of the line of Sigmar.
Yeah.
They all believe it, whether it's true or not.
Yeah.
But that's about as much as it amounts to. It just gives them this sense of over-preening superiority.
Fine. If that's kind of a standard, that's not really news, is it?
It's not really. Not too far,
no.
at least.
That's good. I will, because it's likely I'll loosely imply to just keep an eye on Zendikar for obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've implied it multiple times before.
I think you have.
This is something that he might not know, and I probably should keep to myself, is the fact that we've got Greta.
Mm-hmm.
So Greta and that stuff, completely omitted. But she did use trot people when we did the thing.
She did.
So now I need to completely omit that as well. Oh, God, I can't tell him anything.
Rewriting! Crap! Writing letters is hard!
Hi, Dad.
Save Middenheim at the end.
Save Middenheim. Working on a potential alliance with Boris Todbringer.
It might be worth leaving the suggestion of him sending up an embassy. Sending up an embassy, but representatives.
Oh, right, cool. Okay,
concerns in the south.
Fine.
Say that it will be openly received.
Yeah.
Because I imagine they expect that it very well might not be welcome.
Good. Okay. Yep. Send embassy. Send whoever you need to. That's nice. Get that sorted. I'm a doctor. He doesn't know that, does he? I'm qualified doctor, so let's let him know about that.
Faster did her job.
Yep, that's true.
When the invoice comes, pay her. She done good.
Good, that's great. Oh God, it's been ages. Weather's fine.
Basically, it's a lovely mundane update with a couple of peaks explained,
I
so
did
that
the
he's
job.
aware of the bigger stuff. With the undercurrent of, that thing you sent me up to do, chase Purple Hand.
Did it
very much in hand.
Yeah.
And the local issues have come to an end here, which may have a knock-on effect elsewhere.
Yep.
Because you're aware they're more than just one city's worth of folk.
P.S. dealt with a skin changer, because that's actually quite a good bit of information to be aware of. Like, people could not be who they say they are, but very much appear like the way they say they are. I do a little hyphen and go, Emperor? ?
Well, that gets intercepted, it'll never arrive.
Okay.
You got to
Scrub
remember
that out.
You literally can't do anything that looks anything other than
boring,
innocuous.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. So I'll just say that then, if that's the case, I won't put the Emperor ? Bit, and then we'll just
leave it implicit. Yeah. Rather than explicit.
Exactly. Let that go. Presumably Boris will be sending some correspondence as well.
You very well
with this. So I'll just say Boris is also sending a letter type thing. I hope it goes well, sort of. I'm speaking on your behalf, but all that sort of stuff.
As he's polishing off the remainder of his communication, which is now taking a bit more than an hour that we expected. As he's like, I'll have to redraft it.
Scrub it out.
No, scrapes. Maybe if I just take out page 2 and 3, and I'll just carry on from page 1 and then move on. I just need to make it lead on to page 5. Give me a moment. Oh, wait a minute. What about page 4? Eventually, he can get that all organized.
Yeah.
And as he's working on the final parts of his final draft, one of the servants comes in and says, my lord, there is someone here to see you from the court. Says,
right. Who is it?
Well, he didn't give his name, which I found most odd. They normally do. He's currently sitting in the reception room.
What does he look like?
Well, I've seen him around the place, so he's definitely from here.
Right.
He's wearing livery Todbringer, so I imagine he's someone of import.
Okay.
But, he's in his 40s, I'd say, maybe. Balding a bit.
Fine.
He's got a pair of spectacles.
Okay, that's not bad. Could be anyone.
Yeah.
Right, fine. Okay, I look down at my clothes. They're pretty shit at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, you're not in the best state.
Right,
you could
fine.
Change first. Or you could just move into one of the many house coats that they've got here, strap it all up.
Oh, Hugh Hefner in
it? Kinda. That's one way of putting it.
If
you had to.
No, thank you. Right, we're going to have to do a full change, so get ready, everyone. Sort it out.
some 15 minutes later, you are now presentable.
Yep, lovely, excellent. That's quite a good quaffing. Well done. What's your name?
And he turns around and looks at you. Ulrich.
Right, yes, of course it is. Yeah. Your name? One of the other ones.
He says, Norda.
Right. Oh, okay. Not all right. Okay, fine.
Yeah, quite.
Good. Well, look, you're doing a bang-up job. Other thing that I need to know is, any of you know how far away the library is? Or how quickly we can get there? Somebody draw me up a carriage. We may need to go to the library very quickly, so
He says,
be about your way.
Where's your carriage, sir?
I don't have one. Find me one. Put it on the tab.
He says, that's just not how it works, sir. If you don't have a carriage, then you'll need to secure yourself one.
Right. Secure me a carriage.
He says, I can't do that, I'm sorry to say. We only run these rooms.
Oh, okay. Do you not do any... Who does the external sort of conversations to the house then?
He says, well, you need to speak to head of staff for that.
Head of staff, fine. All right, I'll do that once I've had a chat with this Bespect individual. Next time, make sure you get a name.
I did ask.
Okay, well, be more, aggressive. Right.
If you want, I'll go thumping for you.
No, I don't mean actually physically aggressive. More direct in your questioning. Don't take no for an answer. Or don't take not giving a name for an answer. Doesn't matter. Right, look, well then, I don't know, freshen up the sheets in one of the, there's 11 rooms here.
Only one of them's a bedroom.
Okay. What do you do with 11 rooms?
3 of them for servants.
Oh, fine. Right.
Yeah,
well,
one's a solarium where one can take one's breakfast.
That's still a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it is. One's a main reception room, then a secondary reception room.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Could you, some of that would be useful actually, as we've done a bang-up job, and I want to take everybody out to make sure that they've had a nice time. So could you find me a list of the best eateries and establishments within the city? Preferably, if you can find some Bretonian fare, would be...
No.
No? They don't do that up here?
There's no Bretonian fare up here.
Oh, for God's sakes. Fine. Just the best eateries. That would be great. Excellent.
I'll get lists drawn up for you.
Thank you. Anything a bit interesting, a bit more out there.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't quite understand.
I'm going to trust you and to use your intuition. That's part of being a good leader, is letting people find out for themselves. Right. Walk off, head held high. Chap outside.
As you grow close to the room, the chap opens it up for you and says, Doctor Gerhardt of Haus Jungfreud. As the man stands up, you don't recognize him at all. The description was relatively accurate, although they really could have done with a few extra adjectives, such as portly.
Oh.
He is definitely portly. Hook-nosed. He is that also. And heavily moustached. And he says, I have been sent, he says, by royal court. He says, to request your, he says, how you say, assistance.
Right. Hello. Sorry, who are you?
He says, is no matter.
Sort of is a little bit.
He says, is no matter. He says, I have letter.
Right, okay, fine. Thank you.
And on the inside, it says, Doctor Gerhardt of Haus Jungfreud. We have heard that you are, and it spraffs on for a little bit about nice little niceties about you being here and the wonderful things that you've done. And could you possibly attend the Kralaplatz where my brother is near death?
Oh, right, I see.
Signed. At the bottom, Catherine of Haus Burka.
Right. I'm going to put 2 and 2 together, right? Because supernumerate.
Yeah.
Kislevad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although the chap is wearing local livery.
Okay, what does that imply?
That means the chap here that you're speaking to, appears to be from Middenheim.
But he's
wearing Todbringer livery.
He's obviously Kislevad.
He's not a Middenheimer.
Right. So would that imply anything?
The best you can come up with is either they've employed a Kislevite or he is in disguise.
Right.
So making his way easily through the palace.
Oh, okay. All right. Fine. Well, it's a doctor's duty. All right.
He says, "You come with me now, huh?"
Yes. 1 second. I'll need a few things just to gather my pieces. 2 moments.
Take your time.
Thank
He
you.
says, "I will be outside by door."
Right. Good stuff.
As he makes his way out.
Nip
Servant
back
sitting
inside.
there frowning at him. Looks up.
Yeah.
Goes past.
Go back into the door rooms. Ulrich, where are you?
He looks up. "Yes, sir."
Right. I apologise. It's quite difficult to get a name out of that gentleman, so fair enough.
What they try to say.
Yep, no, good. Could you fetch my doctor's things, please? And
I'll fetch them now.
thank you. While I'm out as well, I do have a request. Could you see if you could get your hands on a long gun?
"Do you have money, sir?"
Yes.
He says, "Well, I could find out how much it is for you. Maybe get dealer up here for you."
Yes, excellent. Just full display. Yes.
"I'll see what we can get.
Superb. Well done. Good boy.
I'll ask the house manager."
Good stuff. Right. Doctor's things, obviously, within the time.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not going unarmed.
Yeah, quite
So
well, you
ra-
don't need to. You're allowed to carry a blade. You are, after all, a noble.
Rapier. Gun. Just
Impolitic.
Is it? It's not good to have guns.
It's not good to have guns in Middenheim where they're considered to be blasphemous.
Are they?
Yes.
Wow.
You can get off with a bow and arrow.
Midnight is annoying.
Yeah. It's just different.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
Right, okay, fine, let's go.
As you're like, guns, and you can just see the servants going,
Okay.
and you're like, oh yeah.
But the good news is, those guns are either going to be really cheap or stupidly expensive.
Yeah, it's a good mixture of one or the other,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Fuck. Okay.
But good to know.
Yeah.
You get guided through the palace by him, who takes you all the way down, out through a side door of the palace where there are 2 Knights Panther, both of them turn round, and both of whom bow at him as he passes through.
I expect them to
As he waddles across an open courtyard, round a corner, and into a tall palace. A palace you've been in before, the Kralapalats, which is where you met Ume's parents.
Oh, right, okay.
Quite. And you're taken in, and instead of going up the stairs that you went before, you're taken around the back and you go down.
Interesting. So is the Kralaplatz, what is the equivalent of like the ambassadorial suites? Like this is where you would put all your
You're not
fancy guests.
strictly sure. You have already surmised this might be the case, but you know it's a separate palace building. It's more like, as far as you're concerned, it's more like a tower than it is a palace. As you make your way down, as he goes down and says, stomach strong, duh?
My stomach.
Duh.
Good.
Good. And he opens the door. On the inside, there's an immediate shuffle and chill spills through the air. And slight sparkles and motes of ice spill. And he says, "Here's me." And from the inside, you hear a voice say something. "Do you speak Gospodarinji?"
No.
No. Who says something? She's feminine. And in reply, he says something. She says something relatively shrill.
Okay.
And he says, somewhat laconically, something else in a sort of drawling voice. And then he turns around and says, "You can come in now."
Right.
He says, she then says something, and he says, "Oh, you hear the name Jungfreud in there, so you've clearly been announced." As inside this room, there is a raised bed. Underneath it, there's been clearly some form of ramshackle platform built to put the bed up onto so that the bed is higher. On the bed is about half a person. The entire lower half has gone.
Right.
Parts of it are seared.
Jeez.
Other parts of it are stitched relatively crudely. Other parts of it are in poor shape and need to be attended. The individual who's lying on the it's almost tempting to say slab now, but lying on the bed, raised up, is exceedingly pale. Your brain, upon seeing said demi-corpse, is already racking through what you were taught. How pale, how much blood loss, is there blue by the eyes, exactly how much, as you're ticking through the various things that you've been taught but never actually seen. And it's not necessarily great seeing this. Cool test.
Are we talking sort of bisected?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine, 2 successes.
Yeah. Okay, we're good. But there's an intake of breath when you see it. That's an inevitable component of being human. And off to the side, there is someone else you've not even really taken in yet. That'll be the woman. As you're sitting there going, huh. To yourself, your politics test.
Your politics. It's 8 successes, but it's an advance, so that's...
I have 1 advance in politics.
I have 1 advance in politics. I have 10, but 1 success. But I am over 100.
Okay, good.
Does that
110?
or is it no?
No, just 1. Okay, as you look at it and your brain ticks as you go, oh, as you realize who this is. This is the Tsarevich Alexei, who was assassinated.
Oh, right.
Doesn't look like he's dead.
No.
Or as you look at it and realize there's a couple of issues. Number 1, his breath isn't steaming. Your breath is steaming in the air. Fat man to the side, his breath is steaming as you look over towards the other party in the room. A relatively short woman, about 5'4", with her arms in heavy fur-lined sleeves, deep blue coat. Her lips deep red against a very white face and dark hair hanging down. Young, looking at the other. Her breath, like his, does not steam.
Right. Okay.
Oh no, you've realized you're wrong. Her breath sparkles. She's breathing out ice.
Wow.
Right, so you've got enough wherewithal to put a couple of things together.
Yeah.
This is probably the ambassadress from the Kislevite court. And she's probably an ice witch.
Yeah.
You know very little about Kislev and the ice witches, but you know enough to know that they exist.
That's what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she is not a surprise. He, though...
should be dead.
He should be dead. In fact, he's breathing slowly. You're pretty convinced he's probably only alive because she's done something. Probably cast a spell. That's why the breath isn't going. Tick, 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 as you're slowly but surely putting it together. You might not be able to help him.
Yeah.
He might die the second the magic comes to an end. He's in a mess.
Right.
She sits there looking at it.
Yeah. So first thing I should probably say here really is this is unexpected, obviously, because we were told that he had passed.
He looks at you. Do not need word. Can you do anything?
I don't know. I can try. I don't know the magics that are doing.
Turns around, he says something in Gospodarini over towards her. She looks at him and she whips out a couple of words. And he says, belying her somewhat acidic tone,
Sure.
she asks if there is anything you can do.
Is the only answer really on this yes?
He looks at you. If he is dead, he is dead.
Right,
The
okay.
gods care not. There is nothing we can do.
Fine, all right, I can try.
She looks at him and he says something Gospodarini. She frowns, says something back. She wishes you luck.
Thank you. I'm going to need a coat because this is quite chilly in here and my hands will need to be...
You are young. You will be fine. Please.
All
He
right,
says.
fine.
So,
Just
right.
like-
Lower medicine.
Right, here
Let's
we
see
go.
what we can pull out of this one. This is where a crit would be lovely.
Oh,
Or,
it's not
you know,
a crit, it's just-
99.
It's high. Law medicine. Not 100. 8 successes.
Oh, nice.
3. I'm at 30, and I'm on 121.
So it's
So
an extra +2.
+2, so 3, 5. 5 successes.
Sweet.
Yeah.
5 successes. So you take a look at the body.
Mhm.
You move around it. You move under. Oh, the extremities are cold. He's clearly been put into some sort of
Stasis.
This goes beyond your ken and knowledge,
Right.
but it's certainly enough that you think,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, right. So, assuming that he could be revivified and his body worked perfectly, the job that's been done here is bad. You don't know how to do this bit here at all. This is where you need a surgeon. You need a proper surgeon, and you know you need a proper surgeon. This bit here, though, this bit you can work on quite easily. Up here, there's the real issue. You don't know why he's torn in half. It's the stab marks in his chest, which probably did it in for him. 1, 2, 3 stab marks, and that one's probably, that'll be in his lung. Lung's clearly punctured. Oh, all manner of potential routes towards reinflating said lung come to mind. Incisions, inflations, experimental nonsense that he's read about in several of the books that he's worked his way through, but none of it's certain. If his heart's pierced, you can't think of anything you could do to save him. You just don't know, which means you might want to dig in a little bit. If you wish to do that, that is up to you if you wish to request or indeed do the cool test to even start potentially digging.
As in, when you say digging, you mean physically?
Yeah, I mean physically opening up and checking whether
Okay.
his heart is still in one
Now,
place.
this is not really my bag yet.
Yeah.
Because it's...
Yeah, this is
I
like...
don't do this yet. I'm not a full doctor. Okay, all right. So here's the thing.
No doctor does surgery, by the way. They
Yeah,
just
that's
don't
part
do
of
surgery.
surgery,
That's,
isn't it?
but yeah, quite. That's for the surgeons to deal with.
Yeah.
Those low-class idiots who saw people up. This is... Oh...
Right.
You know what you think they might need? Some praying from a good shot.
Yeah, annoyingly. Because that's the only thing that I've seen that works. And also, there's so much magic-y bits going on here that's just entirely different. Right, look,
you can be certain, though, that the heart's still intact. Yeah. Then the rest of it is basically, to be impolitic, meat work. The basic plumbing of the body up here can be resolved.
Okay.
Down here, the plumbing is exposed and is going to have to be cut off, but you have literally, held up.
Yeah.
You have literally no idea how to do that best. The other parts of it, you're like, yeah, this bit here from the leg down, that's just going to be a relatively simple close-up. That's easy. This bit here, though, this needs a surgeon.
That's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
And then with that stuff, and this is Ed asking questions about the world, really. When that comes into sort of fruition in terms of like made appendages, what's that called?
As in prosthetics?
Yes, prosthetics and stuff like that.
Very much a thing.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. Indeed, prosthetics and a variety of... There's a host of tools that you can gain access to, ranging from the very obvious, like wheelchairs.
Yeah.
One of the Reichland councils in a wheelchair, for example.
That dwarf had flipping...
Yeah, indeed.
Metal hands.
Metal hands. So, they are expensive, but one presumes that the Imperial line of Kislev has probably got a coin or two
money,
somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, right, I'm going to have to open him up.
There is another sudden fear that suddenly hits you. Tsarevich. Does sound like he might be the son of the Tsar, which means you might be responsible for killing the Imperial heir.
Yeah, so that's scary. That's, well, I can try.
Yeah, so what are you going to say?
All right, well, look, I'm going to try something risky. As you say, either he's dead or he's like this, so this can only help, basically, or it just gets towards the end.
She says something. He says something back in turn in his somewhat more dull tone. She says something. He says, she is completely fine with it. She says something relatively shrill. Fine.
Okay.
He says.
Right. Let's have a look.
Okay. Do yourself. In this case, it's going to be another. No, I'm going to go with first a cool test.
Might be a fortune point, that one. I think.
Oh, then a nice pause there as you look at it and go, okay, I'm going to have to literally open. Oh, no.
Yeah, I am pretty cool, but I'm not that cool.
Okay. And it's also difficulty 4 too, so you're definitely not that cool.
Okay,
But
I'm not that
if
cool.
you're just over the edge, it might have been.
4 successes.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Exactly what you needed. As you pause, you literally scrape the test just on it as you're like, you're going to need to get one of your clamps, open it up slightly.
Okay.
And on the inside, the body isn't properly moving. It's shifting slightly. One lung, by this point, you've determined is probably inflating correctly. The other, where the stab marks are, is not. The heart, oh, fuck. Okay, do an endurance test.
Everything that this is about is literally in the next tier of what I think I can get to.
Well, it's good practice, isn't
Endurance. Fortune points. 5 successes.
Sweet. As your stomach does a small tumble, and then you're like, nope, not in front of the Tsarevich, definitely not on the Tsarevich.
Don't throw up in someone's chest cavity. Bad time.
As you let that slip back into place, his heart's intact. The rest of it is basically just medicine, as much as you can do, which is a total of 25 successes needed on heal tests.
Oh, easy. I can do that in 1.
If any of them fumble, he's dead.
Shit. Okay. Oh, shit. All right.
And if any of them fumble, you won't be fortune pointing it.
Oh, Andy, that's not the rules of the game.
It is when magic's involved.
Shit. Okay. Here we go.
It's gonna be fine.
Oh. Okay, let's do it. Oh, you fuck.
Have you fumbled?
No, I haven't, but it's just rubbish. 007. Which
so you start add your intelligence bonus though, because it's an extended one.
So is this field dressing count on this as well?
Field dressing adds for
boons.
Yes, it will count for this.
Yep,
yes,
good.
it will.
So 2 plus, and I'm also 121, so that's 4 at a base.
Yep.
And
your intelligence bonus.
Intelligence bonus, which is 9.
So
13.
Perfect. Okay, you're halfway there already. On a not great roll too.
Definitely never.
You are really good at this. It's worth saying you're really. This is where you shine.
Okay, then 14.
Oh, marvelous.
Yeah.
As you very carefully make your way around, stitch what you need to stitch, put together, pull that in, break into the lung, drain the lung from all the fluids that are at the back. That comes out sluggishly and slow in a way you did not expect.
Because it's all cool.
Oh,
it's like a squashy. Squashy. Smoothie.
It is somewhat like a
slushy. That's what I'm talking about.
It's like a mixture of a slushy and a McDonald's milkshake. It even seems to have a bit of strawberry flavour moving through it. As that's nicely drained. As a puncture through on the other side, another draining, checking all of his airways, they're fine. That one's minced.
Just take it out.
No. Not a surgeon.
No.
And then you've done as much as you can. He now needs legitimately a surgeon. He needs somebody to deal with what you think might be parts of his innards that need
tying off, and
he's going to lose a section of his intestine.
Okay.
Of that you've got no doubt. You're gonna have that you can explain to him. A section of his intestine is torn, it's killing him. You're surprised he's not dead already, truth be told, but somehow he's not. And you're going to need a surgeon to come in and effectively open him up. Build them up back together, put them all back there, and that's beyond your skill. And you know your limits, and you've done everything that you can.
Fine. Look, that's everything. It's actually gone remarkably well. You're going to need someone else to give you a hand with this piece now. The next step, I can tell you what it is. Do this. Tell me all the things.
He says, surgeon.
Yes, very much so.
He says something. She says something back. There's nothing you can do.
I have... I've seen the opportunity in my learning for it, but I've yet to cover that hole, I'm afraid. So right now, that is as close as to healthy I can get him. But he's a hell of a lot better. And, well, you probably, if you find a reputable surgeon, will make it through.
She says, "Thank you, Baron Obersreich."
Oh, thank
Not
you.
correct. Your title is not Baron.
That's fine. I don't mind. They get it wrong.
Incorrect form, though.
Mm.
Yeah, it is worth noting. I mean, it's loosely. If you were being tested, you just failed.
Oh, really?
You know, in that, you know, you're not a Baron, and taking a title like that, and her finding out later might be her thinking that you're taking
The piss.
advantage.
Is a Baron good? Baron's
A Baron
more?
would be your father's heir.
Right, which I'm not.
Because he's a duke, which you're
Yeah.
definitely not.
Yeah.
And also, Ubersreich is somewhat sketchy at the moment anyway.
Yeah. Okay, well, if that's the case. Oh, no, it's not Baron, just my lord.
It is Baron. Your brother is dead.
Oh,
I give you this.
right. Okay.
He died in Karlberg.
Right. Do you know how he fell?
Do you wish to know?
No, I think I can. I've seen enough to understand these things.
You do not wish to know who killed him.
That means it was someone specific.
He nods once. And he says something Gosperini, and she turns around and says in Reichspiel, "I do not care."
Fine. Do you know what? More knowledge is always good, if you would be so kind.
The Reichsmarshal, Kurt Helborg, slew him in personal combat.
Okay.
Challenged him before the entire armies.
Yeah.
And humiliated him.
Oh, no. Helborg.
To show what happens if one is to rebel against the Emperor.
Okay.
It took him a day to die.
Oui. Right. Well, and Kislev is an entirely separate nation when it comes to this sort of stuff, doesn't it? Yeah. They're
way over.
Yeah.
Way over. Completely different place.
Just need to clarify that. Right. Well, these things never necessarily end in the ways that you think they're going to. It's good to know. Thank you. I appreciate it.
She says, as she looks down at him, says something Gosperini, says, "You can go now. Come with me."
Thank you, and good luck.
Are you a Baron of Black Rock?
Ah, so I am a Baron. Well, I don't.
She was right.
Yeah.
And assuming that as you go out, and that would make you the Baron of Ubersreich if the Emperor's diktat doesn't stand.
But I can't inherit that, can I? Because I'm a
Why?
witch.
Prove it. No one can prove it at the moment.
Not.
Yeah, quite. Indeed, that's what the court wizards that are the swordfish do.
Yeah, I was going to say, the swordfish aren't they actually do have.
They hide in the courts.
They have their own thing, don't they?
If you were, for example, brought in by any of the colleges, that's it. Off.
Right.
Entering the colleges immediately cuts it off. Getting taught by any college wizard immediately ends it. You have zero ability to inherit. That is imperial law, put in place by Magnus, indeed.
Right.
But apparently there's a loophole, which your current loophole is perhaps not as open as it used to be.
No. Okay.
But as you go out there and you suddenly, it all sort of dawns on you. I'm probably a Baron. How many people here know? She knows what happened in Karlberg.
Yeah.
She's clearly
and if it was called out and challenged, it would have been that news will travel anyway. Like people
it almost certainly will.
Yeah.
And the humiliation, that's just an unacceptable and dishonorable thing to do. Doesn't sound like what you'd expect from Kurt Helborg. You know of Kurt Helborg. Kurt Helborg is the Reichsmarshal. That basically means he's the general of the Reichland. But in turn, as the Emperor is also from Reichland, he's the general of the Empire. The general of the Empire called out your young brother. He's a man in his, what you guess, 60s, something like that.
Been doing it for a long time.
Called him out, known to be one of the finest swordsmen the Empire has. And instead of making it swift like a good gentleman should, made it slow.
Okay.
Embarrassed him in front of all the armies and cut him down, assuming she's telling the truth. Assuming that she's been told the truth.
I don't really have an issue with embarrassment at the very least.
Makes
But
your
it's good to
house
know.
look terrible. It demoralizes troops.
It's not
And
my
it's
problem.
just
Not my problem.
rude.
I mean, it is my problem now. I'm
It's your
embarrassed.
brother,
Yeah,
who you saw not that long ago.
I know. I told him not to do it. I told him, like, there's nothing I can really do on that front. I've just realised that now I'm just talking about it myself. That's
He is sitting out there, mumbling away to himself. He's well, I told him. I just told him. But I told him.
okay.
If you're the Baron, that changes everything.
That is also a problem. So
That makes you more of a target than you were already.
yeah, that was the big change. that I
Although,
wanted to do.
no, you're possibly not the Baron.
What, Wendell?
No,
Who that was
the
that?
baby.
Ah, Sigismund the
even
super
younger.
young. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe she doesn't know about the baby, so she's assumed you're the Baron now. But strictly, if they believe he's legitimate, then that child, wherever he may be, that's the Baron.
And he's not legitimate because it's Castelliberung's. Good. Oh, sweet.
As he's like, oh no, as he leaves the Kralaplatz and he says, escort him back to where he wishes to go. As to the side, a gentleman with a big moustache, hair, and wearing a completely different uniform says, oh, where do you want to go, Dr. Lord? Incorrect title, but
Yeah,
whatever,
it's
he doesn't matter.
if you could take me to the what's the biggest library in
Middenheim.
Middenheim?
You don't know, probably the Collegium Theologica, probably.
Do you know what? I've been trying to get in there since we fucking turned up in this place. It's been like 4 months. So in our time, I know it's been like 4 days, but still. Right, could you take me to the Collegia blah blah Theologica, please?
Yeah.
That would be lovely. No, you can't take me there.
Yet, do not know where it is.
Oh, I do. Do you know this place? I can't remember the name of the coffee shop. What was that called?
Good question.
Because that was close, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was. Yeah.
Oh, come on. That episode isn't even out. These people don't know that that even exists.
That's
I can
a
make
shame.
it up. I was going to say it confidently.
Not how it works.
Could you take me to it's Craft, it's also
Yet, he says, I will take you to somewhere in Palace,
Oh, right, fine.
assuming I am allowed there.
I don't see why not. Is there any reason why you wouldn't be?
Because maybe part of Palace not allowed in, huh?
Oh, right, fine. I thought you meant as in sure, just do you know what? Is there a library within the palace? Surely there's some sort of like reading place. Do you know if there are any libraries in the palace? Anything like that? Books?
He looks at
Big
himself.
collection of books?
I am soldier. What do you expect of me?
Oh, okay, fine. I don't know you people.
He smiles. Oh, you people, duh.
No, you know, soldiers.
Duh,
Soldiers.
I know, duh.
Yeah, you could read. That doesn't mean because you're a soldier you can't be into books.
Duh.
How else do you learn tactics?
Duh.
I can tell you some. Do you want to know some good tactics?
Yeah.
You don't?
Yeah.
I've got a really good
Yeah.
retelling of a good battle.
He says, maybe I show you how to cross over road. It's just over there.
Well, that's not where I want to go, though.
He says, it's no matter. Turns around and walks in.
Right. Shit. Well, okay, fine. All right. Oh, strange people. There's not. Not to think on. Right, library. I mean, this is the palace, right?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
Palace
I'm
is
in there.
over there, but yes.
I know. So I'll just make my way.
Go back over to where the two Knights Panther were.
Just walk close. Yeah, all right. That'll do. Excuse chaps. Hello.
Let's see what he says. Ah, yes. Yes?
Yes. I was just waiting for it. Do you know where I could find? Where's the largest collection of books within the palace?
He says, do you mistake me for someone who cares? I think that
Yes.
you do. What do you think, Tristram? And he says, well, I think he absolutely mistakes you for someone who cares. Oh, right. Well, I don't care. He says,
Right. That's very rude.
he says, ah, yes, well, if you'd asked someone who it was their job to know such things or care about such things, then perhaps you might have got a less direct reply. Don't you think that's the case, Tristram? He says, I imagine so, but you know what they're like, Rightlanders, don't you?
Just going to walk through them.
No.
What?
You can't gain access, I'm sorry to say, sir.
I just come through here.
Yes, you were escorted.
So what?
You were escorted, yes?
But I've got rooms.
Oh, do you, sir?
Yes.
Well, you best find a way to get to them.
What's going on? I don't. Hang on. Have I got the claw?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I don't want to do this. Okay.
Yeah, sir.
Do you know who I am?
No, sir.
Right. Okay. Good. Look, here you go. I show him the claw. Do you know what this means?
Ah, yes, sir.
Right. So I would like to go in, please.
No, sir.
Try and step forward to do the thing.
Donk. Just because one has been decorated doesn't that mean you can go anywhere you wish, sir.
No, but I can go to my rooms where I'm staying. That's fucking shitty. Okay. Right. Fine. Good day. See you later. What their fucking helmets? What's on their helmets? What's on their stupid helmets?
This one looks like it's got an eagle on. The other one's just got a panther's head on.
Panther Tristram. Panther. I'm taking all badge numbers. Tristram. Grudge. Right. Well, see you later. Turn around. Where am I now then? Like, what am
You're
I
between the main palace. You're at the side of the palace. You can imagine the palace is a big, huge, couple 100 meter long oblong.
Yeah.
Big rectangle with a palace off to the side, which is a far smaller square. Mm-hmm. You're sort of in between those, and you're in a small side door into the main palace. Obviously, the front doors are all the way around the front, but they're like, walking into the center of the middle of Buckingham Palace, but twice the size of it.
Okay. Fine. I'll just stomp off away from these people.
Stomp.
Can I see anyone in livery?
Here, almost everyone's wearing Knights Panther livery.
Right.
Either making their way over towards the main double gates over on the other side, or alternatively moving from one place to the next. There's a lot of Knights Panther in this area.
Okay. Knowing that the Krallerplatz is the place where a lot of the visitors stay, it's probably going to be some people that did the job of Petra and Ladies of Court. Ladies of Court, right? Is there any of those about?
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake! This is it, guys. I'm just going to stand in the square for like 2 hours now, and that's it. I'm done. Fixed half a person, and that's it.
I'm lost. Knights Panther won't let me through.
No, it's not that I'm lost. I know exactly where I am. All right. This is annoying. I can't go into the Krallerplatz and just be like, go and have a chat with that.
You can do whatever you want to try and do.
Jesus Christ. Are there Knights Panther at every doorway?
And in terms of the main palace?
Yeah.
Yes.
This has just changed into a weird stealth mission.
Find an air conditioning unit. Go down through the pipes.
Exactly. Fuck. Right. Do you know what? I just think it's because they got a bit shitty, so I'm just going to try some other ones and just.
Yeah. It turns out no.
They're
the
all
Knights
annoying.
Panther don't let anyone pass unless they're staff of the palace.
Right. Now, as a Hero of Middenheim...
No, you're not staff of the palace. You just happen to be a decorated soldier, effectively. That doesn't mean that you can access the palace anywhere that you want.
Jesus. So what's my options? Krallerplatz. That's basically it.
Right,
I'll go back in there.
So you can have yourself a nice wee wander.
Yeah.
He goes round, he tries to get in a couple, even engages with them and goes, seriously, what you can't get in here? I've got rooms in here. Do you have any proof? I don't know. Well, who brought you through the door? That them. Well, maybe go speak. Go speak to them then.
So I'll have a chat with those guys. Let's go back and see if I can...
It's been a bit of time.
Yeah.
And he's slightly frustrated. And it's been already a pretty crazy day. Whether it was the receiving of medals at a time that felt far too early, the collapse when he went back to his rooms, his food, waiting for things to get brought back to him, sending off things, writing letters for ages, eventually then going down. Horror upon horror, everything, the sun going down. As you're making your way over there,
Oh, no.
you see someone you recognize.
Oh, good. Okay.
She, however, looks significantly more lost than you. Birdie.
Oh, right. Ready?
Summon the party! Summon the party!
Shift up. It's really hard not to laugh loudly.
The party is summoned! Good. Slightly over there, slightly over. There we go.
There you go.
There we go. Lovely. The birdie is wearing the full surcoat of a Knight's Panther.
Oh.
And she's looking a bit wide-eyed and unsure, making her way over towards the General Palace area.
Hello.
His fingernails look like they've got blood on them. He looks suspicious as hell. He looks, when Gerhardt looks a little bit like he's been doing things that he shouldn't be doing, or alternatively, is in a situation where he doesn't want to admit that he is in any way not in control. He's got that look in his face.
What have you been doing?
What have you been doing? You have a suit of armor on.
Oh.
No, not suit of armor. She's no armor actually on. Armor's currently off, but she's wearing the livery of the Knight's
Oh,
Panther.
right.
You
got a new coat.
Yeah.
Outfit.
Amongst other things.
Right. Is it immediate then?
Badge.
Yeah.
Helstein crest.
Oh, fully indoctrination?
She's got a Helstein crest on. She's wearing a Helstein crest. What the hell is she wearing a Helstein crest for?
Well, we know that she's been legitimized, right? Because we were part of that, the display, part of the badges and everything. When you got knighted, you were made.
You guys don't know that.
Do we not?
I don't think you know she's been legitimized.
No.
I'm sure Boris said you're a Helstein now.
No.
Did we not do that in the basement?
Nope.
I'm sure we did.
No.
I think I'm right here as well. Get in the comments.
It's in a side stream. We'll prove him wrong.
Okay. I'm Gerhardt. I'm always right.
He's got that look in his face.
All right. So, look, could.
What are you doing here? And why are you covered in blood? Was there another mission while I was gone? What the hell?
No. This is
Please tell me it's somebody else's.
Oh yeah, no, it's somebody else.
Are they
That's
dead?
Okay. No.
Do we need to kill them?
No killing.
Okay.
However, we did think they were dead, but the good news is they're not dead.
Oh, are they people we like?
I don't know yet. I can't say. I mean, I don't think we dislike them collectively. Oh Jesus, he's got a terrible name. What's his name? Alexei. Somebody Alexei, the ambassador.
Kislevites.
Yes, yeah, that one. We thought he was dead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, only half.
I got shouted at because he was dead.
No, exactly. So,
Somebody owes me an apology.
yeah, well, I don't think we're going to get it from.
We'll see.
Yeah. So he's not dead yet. He's still sort of close to death, but I fixed him up a little bit. So, yeah, and just need some sort of a good surgeon to do the rest of it. And realistically, it's not sort of my forte yet. Although I'm getting a bit annoyed that I have to keep relying on other people to do things. So I might just learn how to do it because it's a gap, and you need to sort of fill those things.
It's just washing over me.
She looks down at you.
She's got this 1,000-yard stare that,
This is a good look. Looks nice. A little less. How many knives have you got on you?
Usual.
None.
No.
None.
No, they took them
Yeah,
off
no,
me.
you don't have anything on you other than
Well, nothing.
No. Well, there's always my garage, but we'll just gloss over that.
Sure. It's not a knife. Well, that's, how do you feel? You look uncomfortable.
Do you know what my name is now?
Wait, hang on. Is it actually your name? Because you've sort of given yourself your name. So is it your real name? Is it?
As real as it's going to get.
Oh, okay. What's your name?
Lady Knight Brunhilde Helstein of the Knights of the Order of the Knights Panther.
It's quite a mouthful.
Really is.
Lady Knight, though. That's very cool.
Well, Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant as in
That
like
means
the sun's gone down. It is night, not as in you are a lady knight. I understand.
as
So
in-
do you not get a sir?
No, I'm a
no,
lady
she's a lady. You wouldn't get a sir.
because I've got the bits.
Well, no. Yeah. Are you? How many lady knights are there in the Knights Panther? Just you?
I think it's on one.
Knights Panther are known for being completely open to
Right.
anyone, pretty
Right.
much, as long as they're noble.
Mhm.
Okay, fine. Oh well, that's good. I mean, yeah, it looks nice. You look nice.
I'm a Hellstein.
I'm a Jungfraud. Oh, I'm a Baron now, apparently.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that good?
No, I'm sort of dealing with it in a slightly detached way, which I've recognised, but I don't really know how to deal with it in a legitimate way. So I'm just sort of going to put it to the side for now and kind of deal with it later. I think I'm going to get a bit drunk again because, well, Sigfred is dead, and now what? Oh, do you not know? You know that?
No.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Sigfred is dead, so my new tutor, he's died. Obviously,
I leave you alone for 5 minutes.
My brother's dead now as well.
What?
My older brother, yes. So that's sort of a bit of a kick to the teeth.
Hence the whole Baron thing.
Yes, and Dr. Fast is gone. Lucas
Dead?
No, she's not dead. She's just gone.
just
She's not here
checking.
anymore. Lucas obviously is well, it's slightly infirmed, and theoretically, well, no, Lucas is dead. Lucas is dead. So
Well
everyone,
done.
Of course he is. Yes. We all know that.
So
Yes.
yes. And apparently my father is under threat of assassination. So it's quite. No, I've started saying it out loud. I realised a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
But I'm also making a bit about me, and I don't really enjoy that. So look, let's. Do you want to go drinking? I fancy a bottle of wine. No more, maybe more. They've got good stuff here, which is always nice.
Sure.
I can't get in.
Maybe I can help.
Probably. Those two over there. That one on the right is called Tristram, right? He's a bit of a knob. So if you can give him just, I don't know, if you can just mess with him, that would be great.
I'm a noble now. Apparently, I'm not allowed to mess with people.
Well, yeah, but they're nobles as well, and they messed with me, and I'm a noble. I'm a fucking baron now, and you know what? Actually, it's the last thing I needed. I just wanted to go into my actual rooms, but because I didn't have somebody escorting me, they wouldn't let me through, and they got all twatty about it, and it felt like it was just back at the flipping Altdorf University again with a stupid league. Just shitty. Can we just go in? Can you just, I don't know, trip him up and call him
This is certainly putting my problems into perspective.
Well, you've probably got problems?
We'll come on to that.
Sure.
You can help me,
All
I
right.
think.
You go stepping forward. Lady Knight.
So
And they
night.
just open up the door.
Thank you. I'm sorry if he was any trouble.
He says, "Yeah, I understand."
We just walked through.
Yeah, you're on the inside.
Are you kidding me?
I just keep propelling.
Push him in.
Loudly. Right.
Yes, my lord. I'm sure it'll be fine. We just need to get
Door
some wine
is
in
closed
you.
behind you.
I've got your badge numbers.
Getting back to your chambers, it was some of a labyrinthine route that you took down. You definitely remember it, right? Do yourself an intelligence test.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good. How many successes?
9 successes, the best
Well,
successes.
that's quite literally almost what you needed. You needed 7. So yeah, you did it. With a slight pause, you navigate your way all the way through, go up the right stairs, go through the right bit, and you're back at your rooms, and you're in your rooms.
By the way, how many rooms have you got?
I don't know how many rooms have I got.
6.
I've got 6.
I've got 11.
I don't know what to do with 6 rooms.
Well, no,
I don't actually like having a single room of my own. This is weird.
No?
No.
All right. Well, do you want, if you can share my rooms if you want, you can just hang out.
Cool.
That's not a thing that people would say in this world. You can just spend time.
We just invented that.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Quite.
So
Sure.
Well done. Not sinister.
Oh, I can take him in a fight.
You said you had problems. Well, come on in.
Yeah.
And
And you said you had wine.
So,
yes.
as the sun sets over far
Yeah, this is good.
in the west, In your solarium, indeed.
Nice.
Surrounded by imagery of wolves.
Yeah.
In a lovely, lovely room with red wine pouring freely. She gets to tell you about what she is most concerned about.
Every single member of the Order of the Knights Panther is a noble.
Yes.
Like a proper noble, born
Yes.
to it. And then there's me.
All right.
I mean, let's just set aside the fact that I wasn't actually brought up even human. 'Cause
Sure.
that's a fight for another day.
Yep. No.
How am I going to noble?
Oh.
I mean, I can fake it till I make it,
Yes.
but I can't back it up with anything.
Have you got a place of nobility?
Not yet.
Right.
I suspect they'll probably drag their feet on that.
Yes.
They weren't very happy about the whole legitimizing thing.
Right. Okay. Because presumably the Hellstein's the ones that need to give it to you.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, the Graf was very forthright about it, but they did
Okay.
put a price on my head. So.
So what parts because you played the part of a a human when you weren't
Oh yeah.
raised as a human.
Yeah, but only the people I stabbed and got rid of and then replaced, usually.
Right.
So I just had to mainly just hang out at parties with a posh accent.
What about if you?
Oh, there's something worth pointing out. Your biggest concern, indeed, her accent.
Ah.
It's bad.
Okay.
She
Yes.
sounds common, really common. If you were to highlight two immediate potential problems, number one is the accent, and number two is her inability to be quiet when she should be. It's an issue that you know you also share. Yes, but when it's other people, you can criticize. When it's you, you're right.
Yeah.
That's a completely different kettle of fish. There's literally no point even bringing that one up. But you've seen it from the outside where she's been in, for example, a social situation and she will make some sort of snide quip, a little aside.
Oh, yeah.
And often completely betraying the fact that she comes from a ruder background.
Okay.
Understatement.
Well, so when you used to do those things for your old crew, and you took someone out and then took their guys. When you took out a noble, how presumably I've presumed you have actually. That's anybody. What's the sort of the biggest target that you had to deal with?
I never really knew.
You
They
didn't
just-
have the
well,
yeah,
yeah.
social standing.
Human school doesn't really work that way.
Okay. But when you had to do what you had to do, and it was somebody who sounded similar to myself, and you were at a party or something like that, how did you stay undercover in that case? Because obviously the voice is very different. What did you do then?
Darling, it really wasn't a problem. Posh accents are not difficult. I
Okay.
can mimic pretty much anything I need to.
Right. Well, that's a good start. So you don't have to do it all the time.
This is my new voice now, isn't it?
Not if she wants to pass off as noble, she'd need to do it all the time.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
I suppose it's how much do you want it.
Well,
that's the question, yeah.
well, let's be honest. My previous accent wasn't my accent either. It's all.
I hadn't even considered. That's actually
It's all just.
that's mind blowing. That.
Exactly. Yeah. If I use my real accent, we'd have terrible problems. So this is my accent now. I'll just have to learn to enunciate properly
Okay.
and look down on people. That much I got. Magritte was very clear on that.
Yeah. So we have slightly different styles. I think myself and Marguerite. She does the old frosty ice queen thing.
She's very good at it.
Yes, I know. It's unnerving and strangely arousing at points.
Really?
I mean, yeah, well, she's a very beautiful woman.
Well, yeah, that's true.
It's nice to see the way her mind works because you just know exactly what she's thinking. I mean, at points it does really bring the mood down.
Just her mind.
What do you mean, just her mind?
Never mind.
Okay.
Remember, ruder upbringing. Very, very different approach to arousal.
Oh, right. Oh, I see. No, everything else as well, obviously. Actually reminds me, I need to get a stones board brought in.
Have we seen Magritte?
Also, we need to find Marguerite. Now that we're talking about her, that completely. Yep.
She's
So
your
add-
fiance.
You are
Add
meant
to
be
the
going-
list.
You are meant to be going down beneath tomorrow.
Yeah, we've got to go. Well, we're
Yeah.
going tomorrow, but add
Yes,
add
tomorrow.
that to the list of things that are going a bit wrong. I've
Okay.
lost my fiance underneath the castle in some catacombs, filled with, by the way, some sort of dead creature thing that even your lost child are a bit terrified of.
That's just one creature. You need to worry about all the others.
Oh, good. Okay, so let's
Yes,
do that as well. Let's
that's
worry
fine.
about that.
Well, let me worry about that.
Glug.
They're mostly my people, so I'll worry about them.
Okay,
How's
fine.
that? Okay.
So that's so accent. Just do that from now
Just
on,
needs practice. Yes.
and then that'll just fall into place. The way that you want to deal with people, I suppose, is slightly different. I'm not the best when it comes to the nobling thing. I think that's fair to say.
You're the smartest guy I know. If you can't nail this, nobody can.
Well, no, I am incredibly smart, obviously.
She didn't use the accent.
I know.
No. That's something for you to point out. She didn't use the accent.
No, I'm too happy the fact that I've just been called incredibly smart.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
No,
But-
got it.
Yeah, but that has come with time and practice and books and reading and to be fair, the reason why some of my intelligence is there is because I dropped the other things. So you've got to choose where you want to put the effort into whatever you're trying to learn. And right now, if you want to learn to be a noble, then we just put the effort into learning to be a noble.
Okay.
So, what did you used to do with your other times? In your downtime, when you didn't have anything going on, what would you do for fun?
Try and stay alive.
Right. See, now you don't have to do that so actively, right?
Sure.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Have you been with me for the last wee while?
Well, look, we've got time. Look, this palace is impregnable, and nothing is going to go wrong with it. Like we've got
Except
loads of time.
yesterday.
Well, yesterday was yesterday, but now we've got some space. I've got 11 rooms. Let's just look. We have to think positively,
Okay.
because otherwise, all the terrible things that we've gone through will just overwhelm us in a crushing wave of anxiety. Okay. So for now,
Let's breathe.
yep. All right. Let's try this. Do you know if you're at dinner, right? And when I say dinner, I mean a formal dinner. So many courses. Well, how many courses in a formal dinner?
Typically 5.
5-course standard dinner, right?
Have I ever been to a formal dinner?
Do you have etiquette nobles?
Yes, I do.
Yes, you know how to handle it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we covered that. There was a book on etiquette, a bit burnt around the edges, but that seemed to do the job.
Right. Well, that's so you're considerably the way there, realistically, if you know that sort of thing. Other things to do. Sometimes people do this thing where they don't really say anything, which then means other people talk a lot. My father's quite good at it, and then he shouts usually afterwards.
How does that work?
Well, you sort of you expect people to tell you things. You know what I mean? You walk into a room, and because it's about being able to sit in silence but being comfortable with it, and usually somebody else will start talking. I'm pretty good at it myself. I've spent, it's not bad. A very easy skill to pick up, that one.
Okay.
What else to know? It's good to know who people are before they actually tell you who they are. That's also useful.
That's slightly trickier.
Yes.
And here's something to consider. I'm going to have a squire,
Oh, good.
and he's going to be a noble. And even though he's going to be my squire,
Yes,
he's been noble for longer than I have.
that's fine.
Very awkward.
So not too awkward because the good thing that you can rely upon here in noble society is set roles, right? He is your
Okay.
squire. He is there to serve you. So Lucas, for example, knows loads more about general court etiquette and things like that because he spent more time doing it than I do.
Okay.
So the agreement that we had is basically, if I didn't know what was going on, I'd sort of, turn my head slightly to him and he would tell me. And the idea is you expect them to tell you these things without thanks. It's yes, well, I've sort of, that's the idea because it's their job, right?
Okay.
I'm not very good at doing that because I sort of, I quite like Lucas. I think he's a decent person. And
He is a nice person.
Yes.
Although he does get into trouble.
he was a nice person.
Sorry, terribly was a nice
Yes.
person. Yes. God
So,
rest.
Yeah, well,
Or request his soul.
we need. So More.
More.
Yeah, more. No.
Pantheons.
At least he's in the garden. I do need a new servant, actually.
They
Realistically.
took me to a temple of More today as well.
Why did they do that?
Apparently I had to be doomed.
Oh, you've been doomed.
Yes.
Yes, because you didn't have one, did you?
No, because
Oh, what'd you get?
it's all a bit hazy. Bad, apparently.
The dooming it's all a bit hazy.
Yes.
That's a strange dooming.
Mainly because Kath hasn't watched the stream back.
Right.
And he spoke very quickly.
No, fair enough. I understand
But
those issues.
It involves rats and wolves and
Right. Okay. Do you want to see something weird?
always.
Right, check this out. I'm going to show
I
that.
was like, yep. Have you
It's-
not always had that?
No. There's no.
It looks a bit red around the edges.
So new.
It's a tattoo, quite clearly.
Did you get that done?
And it's a relatively crude wolf
Mm.
holding a hammer,
Oh.
double-headed hammer.
Nope.
Does
Didn't do it.
Does it have any meaning to me? My law heraldry is not as high as his, I suspect.
No.
Nice art.
I didn't do it. So,
Oh.
did you get this? Because you've got a bat. You've got a claw, haven't you?
Nope, nothing down there.
Nope. See?
Okay. Well,
Wow.
Birdie
did-
doesn't care.
okay. Yeah. I to be fair, this is
It's
standard.
like
We've
the
seen you
millionth
like this
time,
a
yeah.
long time. Okay. Right.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
not wearing a towel.
No, it's fine. Do you want to? You can pop those away now.
Be used to saying that, Doctor.
Exactly. Cough for me twice.
With anybody else but Gerhardt, I would expect some kind of reaction, but he's completely
Just
oblivious
nothing.
to anything.
He's really not. Look,
Yeah.
look at his face. He's pretending to be oblivious.
Really interesting.
So
See, completely not affected.
so you didn't get the tattoo. You didn't get that then.
No. Well, when did you get it?
Well, when I got stuck with the claw,
Oh, during the ceremony.
the medal. Yes.
No. Weird.
Yeah. It just I
Magic?
had an intense burning pain. I
Mhm.
thought I was going to die for a moment.
Oh,
Just because again.
you covered it well.
Well, thanks. In the moment when I had that small cough.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Is that a noble thing?
Yeah, no, you can do that to cover up a lot of things, actually.
Just, I shall borrow it.
Yeah. Surprise. Mild poisoning. Those are the two.
Poison.
And terrible pain.
Oh, and terrible pain. Yes,
Okay.
if you can.
That's akin to mild poisoning.
Yes.
No, yeah, it's not bad. You'll be fine. I think you'll be okay.
I need to learn about wine.
Oh, wine's easy.
I know it comes in different colours.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Wine. That's not really the same. We can. We can work on that. That's easy enough.
I think it's fair to say
Mm.
that Gerhardt and Birdie chat about the finer points of being noble from Gerhardt's quite unique perspective. He has a mind that sort of darts like a silverfish from place to place to place, like a rat.
Yes.
Where at one moment it's heading in one direction and then it arcs off in a different one.
You remind me of somebody.
Yeah.
He
He's
is
nuts.
A mine of, for you, relatively useful information. Your education concerning being noble doesn't just have gaps; it has gaping holes.
Mhm.
You have enough to pretend. I would say ape it for a day, but it'd be more like rat it for a day.
Yeah.
You have the ability to pass yourself off by basically saying as little as possible. And whenever someone talks to you, saying something along the lines of, "Excuse me, I have to be elsewhere."
That might serve me quite well initially.
It's surprisingly effective.
Yes.
And apparently there's an extra tool you have as well.
Coughing.
And then
Who'd
moving
have
off.
thought?
You've got a whole new tool you can deploy
And-
now.
Oh, you can use it to cover breaking wind as well.
He's getting drunker.
That's a bit more useful, that one. And if what's your squire called?
Don't know yet.
It's probably already.
Although Knights Panther, they come from across the Empire. They don't just come locally.
No, do they?
Yeah,
Okay.
quite.
We are,
Wow.
we are
And
international.
Good.
after
And
much
demented.
discussion and passing on of relatively useful, very useful tips, Gerhardt eventually retires, as does Birdie. And slightly drunk, the first blossoming explosion on the outside passes them by. The scurrying servants, as the distant third one goes off, is enough for them to be woken up. Because they are awake when the rooms they're in blow up. Oh dear.